Welcome to Detecting Intelligence, the only show that treats AI like a crime scene. We bag the evidence, dust the hype for fingerprints, and interrogate the breakthroughs. Then we ask the only question that matters. Are we closer to AGI? Let's find out. Here are your hosts, Frank and Ronnie.
Morning. How's it going?
Morning. Doing well, buddy. How are you?
Doing really well. Just looking at that intro again reminds me, I got to get a red shirt. I got to get out of this white shirt and play the part there from the video. You need a hoodie up as well, too.
I do. Yeah, we should do that. I don't know what. Did you hear all that just now?
Yeah, I heard, but you cut out for like 2 seconds.
Okay. That was just, I think there's a pickup truck outside my window right now in traffic. Just want to make sure see if you heard that or not. But anyways, welcome to Detecting Intelligence, folks. Yes, what I was going to say about your suit is you do have to also get a blazer and have like neon, like a strip of like neon LEDs worked into it and get the full cyberpunk going.
I love it. Yeah, we should totally do something.
One made for me. So, but yes. Good morning, folks. Today is Friday, it's Friday, March 13th.
I know.
Friday the 13th.
It is. And the second one for this year, too, which is kind of crazy.
It's the second one already this year?
Yeah, we had one last month.
All right. Well, I think, if you're into getting tatted, I think what normally tattoo shops do is they have like flash tattoos that you can get for $13. So,
hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you've been itching for a tattoo, yeah, don't forget. Well, if you already have one, you already know this. But if you don't have a tattoo and you've been itching for one, you can get one for $13 today at your local tattoo shop. So anyways, but welcome, folks. Yeah, no, so Friday, March 13th. So what are we? We are a daily live show breaking down the latest in AI, AGI, and ASI technology. And sometimes we talk about Web3, NFTs, crypto, and politics. We unfortunately or fortunately will not be getting into sports anytime soon because Frank couldn't care less about sports.
Sorry, guys.
I've tried. He just doesn't care about any of that
I'm
stuff.
like the only Canadian that doesn't like hockey, I think.
Wow, yeah, you are a rare breed, sir, and I think maybe that's why I like you.
Yeah, but maybe I should keep that quiet. Actually, I don't want to say that too loud here.
Yeah, but I'm your co-host, Ronnie, aka Dr. Moodhatton, and I'm joined by my co-host, Frank, aka Frank Zuring. So should we get into it, Frank, or would you like to drop any wisdom on us before we get started?
No, I think let's get right into it. But just looking at February the 13th, like we had Friday the 13th, we have today Friday the 13th. We got another one in November. That's 3 in 2026.
Is that rare?
I think so. I feel like I don't remember that many Friday the 13th. Maybe I'm completely crazy, but
I don't remember that many Friday the 13th that close together.
Yeah, not that many in a year anyway.
No. All right. Well, let's get into. You know what? I just closed the tab. I'll open it up later because we did talk about the Google Maps yesterday because I brought it up as it dropped as we were ending the show, and I know
we got too excited.
If you're watching, I hope you didn't immediately come for the Google stuff yet. We'll get to it. We can revisit it again. But let's talk about Nvidia.
Sounds good.
All right.
Nvidia
will spend $26 billion to build open weight AI models, filings show. Article brought to us by Wired. The move could position the AI infrastructure powerhouse to quickly compete with OpenAI, Anthropic, and DeepSeek. $26 billion, Frank. Is that enough?
You know what? I think this is a power move by Nvidia. They already have.
You say Nvidia.
Yeah. Okay, how do you say it?
My ears bled. Go ahead, continue.
Nvidia.
I don't know how it's said. I say Nvidia, but maybe I'm probably the one saying it wrong.
Tomato. So weird. Nvidia. We put extra U's in things, so I don't know. But no, I think this is a huge move by Nvidia. It's obviously for them as a company, they've already got a very good share of the market with their tech, their hardware. Now moving into building this marketplace essentially for agents and open source agents, from what I understand. Huge. Like, I think this is just going to accelerate adoption of AI, and they've got the hardware to back it. So that's what I'm interested to see how that plays into this, because most of the companies that we're subscribing to right now for our access to these top models, they don't have a hardware component, at least not one that we're accessing. So with Nvidia, I know one of the big things that they have is their GeForce streaming services, where you can actually set up essentially a remote gaming PC in the cloud and access it from any browser for a fairly low monthly rate. I think it starts at $9 a month, and then you got this gaming PC you can tap into and play from any browser. So thinking about that infrastructure already, now you start adding in the ability to have agents and custom agents operating for your business, potentially even on this infrastructure. Massive. I think this is a huge win for open source AI.
Yeah, I totally agree, and especially when we consider the models coming out of China that I'm not sure you or I will be trying anytime soon. But if you have tried any of the Chinese models and you're watching this right now, please let us know. We're interested in your thoughts on how that's working out for you. I don't know. I may or may not come. I don't think so, because I really do share the same sentiment that you do. It's just, all these things are risky. But anyway, nothing against the people of China, but it's just your government, as well as my own, scare us a little bit. So we're not necessarily too quick to try anything that's produced from those institutions. But anyway. But yes, no, very positive. If anything, I don't even know if that's enough money, because I think, I was watching Moonshot. They just had a live show recently, and and it's been talked for a while now that AI is going to most likely become a utility, just like electricity and water.
I can see that.
It's going to have to be something that everybody has access to.
Yeah.
What that has to do with open models, I don't know. I'm just kind of connecting things here that maybe have nothing to do with each other so much, but I just don't know. Maybe just for the cost effectiveness aspect of it is maybe where these open models kind of play a role. Or maybe it's just for people that want to use these models to, create companies or small businesses to access people, because, I think we know now that we're just going to have agents out on the internet acting on our behalf. So if you're trying to sell a product and or service, or the two people, they're going to need to be accessed via these bots. So everybody's going to have their own personal level of access to this. So however the manner that is, whatever bot it is, that's via OpenAI or whatever open source model. Anyway, but yeah, now this is a 26 billion. It's definitely nothing to sneeze at. But who knows? Maybe that's all that's needed. Maybe maybe you don't need to install. I mean, not install, but maybe you don't need to invest $500 billion or whatever to move this along.
I mean, I think we're losing perspective too about the amount of money, right? Because here's the one thing: in Canada, our government has released this initiative to get home builders to build a surplus of homes, because we're actually right now in a bit of a dire situation where we just don't have enough homes for the amount of people that are in this country. And their budget for this initiative to build 2 million homes, okay, that's a huge undertaking, is 32 billion. So when you think about here's a government spending 32 billion on one initiative to build 2 million homes, and now we have a company spending 26 billion on infrastructure for AI. It's just, I don't know. When you start comparing those things, it blows your mind, or blows my mind anyway.
Yeah. And in my view, as absurd, the way you put it, it's just absurd. The amounts of money that are getting pointed towards, whatever, certain initiatives. These are astronomical numbers. But at least in this case, I do think these two things are, go hand in hand. Because I just hope that, with the help of open source models, the hope is to, just to tackle more problems efficiently and very cheaply also. And one of those things is, homelessness and getting food to people, and well, yeah, homeless and food and whatever other, and health, and health benefits as well, medical assistance. So I think as far as utopia, I think it's we're in that sense. I think this is a move in that direction. So that's good.
Yeah, I guess this is the next question will be, what's the deal with the data, right? Like if you're giving people access to a new system, how are you going to treat data, especially business data? Man, that's something we're going to have to dig into a little bit as this kind of materializes here. But yeah, super exciting. I think it's a huge move, and I'm for it. I think it's a good move.
Sorry, I just have a T-shirt idea, and I don't want to say it out loud. Hold on.
Where's the data?
That's not it, but that's another good one.
That's
for our merch store, dude. And until we get it up on the store, you can't be saying those things out loud.
I mean, I think we just struck a deal with Charming Strange, didn't we, to do our merch for us?
Jerk. Yo, Frank's a jerk, people. If you're human, what? Sorry, Frank, go ahead.
I just said inside joke there.
Yeah, inside joke. If you're a human, nice human being, unlike Frank, comment on the show here, and we just want to know if you're a bot or a human. Just say GM or whatever. But thanks for tuning in and watching Frank and I and what we're doing here. Appreciate you joining. If you're not a bot, that is. But all right, let's get into the next. All right, let's go to Google Maps next. Even though we chatted about it yesterday. And we can talk about it again because it's still pretty cool, and I have yet to even throw it up on my phone. I don't even know if this came out yet. It did. Okay, it did. So this is yesterday's article by Wired again. Google Maps gets chatty with a new Gemini-powered interface. Ask Maps, rolling out today to Google Maps on mobile, lets you ask Gemini questions about locations and even to plan trips on your behalf. Frank, Frank, you travel, quite a bit. How much of that do you rely on AI for?
You know what? Not much currently, but the one thing I've found with Google Maps that we use regularly is even if we know where we're going, if it's a bit of a distance, we throw it on Google Maps as we drive, just so that way we can know if there's like an accident up ahead or traffic we're getting into. We had this incident happen over the summer where we were driving to Toronto, and from where we are, it's about like a 3-hour drive from Kingston to Toronto. And we were going to go see a show. The show started at like 2 in the afternoon, and we left at like 10 a.m. We didn't put our maps on. And then we ended up about halfway into the drive hitting a massive traffic jam. And if we had known, it would have deterred us. But because we didn't know, we ended up like getting to the show just 10 minutes after it started. So after that, my wife has always said, if we're going anywhere far, put on Google Maps, and that way at least we've got a bit of an eye into what we might be driving into. So I'm actually excited for this. I think this is going to be interesting, and see maybe how much more intelligence it adds to GPS.
Yeah, look, for me, I have I live in New York City. I have a horrible, I don't know what that has to do with it, but I have a horrible sense of direction. So when we finally got consumer grade GPS, I finally started to love life, because it's just, again, and then also just as technology progressed, and then I was really eager to get my Apple Watch, because as I walked around, New York City, I was just like, oh, I can just lift my wrist and now tell me, all right, walk left here, turn left there, and it was like, oh. So this being even more mindless now, I'm definitely a fan of. So, but it's just Google. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I have Google Maps on my phone. I just really wish, Apple Maps would get better. And it's had its upgrades and renovations, in recent history. But it's just Google Maps always it's just always been the king when it comes to, just traveling and getting information of, places that you're trying to go or visit or what have you. Google Maps has just always been the king in that sense.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we've tried Apple Maps ourselves. It's got a beautiful interface, and I do like the fact that it also makes your watch buzz as you're driving, so that it knows when you got an upcoming turn and such. But it's just not it's not good for predicting what you're getting into. And the one feature that actually my wife and I really enjoy with Google Maps is if we're planning a trip, you can actually put into Maps a future time that you're driving, and it will predict what the traffic delays are at that time in your area. So like when we go into a city to catch a flight or something like that, if it's close to rush hour, we put it in, and then it says, you probably want to give yourself an extra hour because of the time you're hitting in that city. So that, like, those features, unfortunately, Apple missed the boat on, but they're like crucial for us for our planning. So.
Yeah, and I really wonder, I mean, I think Apple knows, because if I'm thinking it, they must be thinking it, and they're smarter than me, so they might even be thinking about something else. But if and when Apple finally decides to throw their hat into the ring, be like, okay, like now, like we're in the game, because they really haven't done that yet, besides the announcement of them partnering up with Google to implement Gemini into it.
Maybe this is a good sign.
that was a good sign. I'm like, okay, fine. If you guys, I mean, what I didn't understand is Apple has more money than all of these people. Last time I checked, like, I guess it's just a matter of talent. I guess all the talent is elsewhere, and maybe there's just enough people in the talent pool to kind of compete right now with the other players like Google and OpenAI and whatever. So anyway, so it just boggles my mind that they had to bring in Google for this, but whatever, fine. If you're getting our newsletter, which you aren't because we haven't made it public yet, but Google is on the top of the model list. Gemini is rather. They're on the top of the model list. I don't really use Gemini that much, oddly enough. So it's weird. I'm like, okay, it's the more powerful one according to our newsletter, or model here, which we'll be getting into often once we start once we're kind of officially public with all this stuff. But anyways, but now with that, I lost my train of thought, Frank. I hate when I do that. But anyway, so no, yeah, I got it. I think Apple's going to make a really big splash if and when they finally decide to do that. And I think it's coming. That moment is coming very, very soon, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And this partnership with Apple and Google, I think is a really good one. And I do believe you're right about the talent and access to talent, because even just yesterday, Elon Musk on X shared a post that was apologizing to the people they had interviewed for XAI that didn't get a call back, and that they were going to be calling them back, which I think is a good signal that, oh crap, talent is becoming hard to find. We got to scoop up as much as we can right now. So yeah.
Well, hey, look,
it's a great time to be an AI developer.
Yeah, and look, and this is from our article from the Worth Knowing section. Singapore's AI ambitions need more talent.
Yeah.
Just a quick blurb. Despite significant financial commitments to AI infrastructure, Singapore faces challenges in cultivating a trained AI workforce via Bloomberg. So this is there is it looks like, at least in localized in Singapore, there seems to be a drought of talent.
And I don't think that means vibe coders.
Right. No, and it doesn't mean vibe coders. So.
It would be interesting to dig into, like, what are the actual skills that these companies are hiring for, because it certainly seems like there's some serious cash for people with these skills, right? So yeah, that'd be worth digging into maybe one day.
Dude, I think I've watched too much Seinfeld growing up. I just kind of like replayed what I just said. I'm like, wow, that's kind of whiny, like Jerry Seinfeld. I think I watched too much Seinfeld, man.
Well, he's from New York, isn't he?
Yeah, but still. He's from
Queens.
Queens.
It's a New Yorkism.
Or Queensbrook, I don't know where he was. Anyway, I'm like, oh man, yeah, I don't know. That I have watched a crap ton of Seinfeld. So much as that one time I took a date to a Seinfeld trivia night thingy. My date was horrible. Not the greatest. She watched her fair share, but not as knowledgeable as I was, and and to her, and that was good, because otherwise that could have been weird. But we didn't place too badly, so
nice.
So I'm not too shabby when it comes to Seinfeld trivia, but I don't watch that much anymore. Anyways, all right, let's go into the next show, shall we, Frank? Not the next show, the next topic here. The next topic here. All right. Get out of here. All right. Brought to us by our friends at The Verge again. Anthropic's Claude AI can respond with charts, diagrams, and other visuals now. Claude will automatically generate. Pardon?
I think I'm having deja vu here. Because
before we get into this, go ahead.
Didn't ChatGPT just release this yet, like in our news segment yesterday, that they can now visualize math?
Yeah, right. And that's, I thought the same. I didn't directly connect it to OpenAI, but I thought the same thing. I guess I was thinking of OpenAI, but I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay, these guys are just playing a game of AI chicken. This is AI chicken. They're just waiting for the other, or counter punching. Like they're just waiting for a competitor to move and be like, okay, we got you. Hold our beer.
Totally.
All right, before you rudely interrupted, Claude would automatically generate interactive visuals based on your conversation, or you can ask it directly too. So to Frank, to double tap what you said, OpenAI just the other day, just announced that they just developed a new methods of communicating and information and educating people in the math and sciences. And I think this is definitely aiming to, in a sense, one up what OpenAI just did, but they're just doing it so far in their messaging, just doing it a little bit more broadly. Either way, I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a one up for sure. But you gotta love it, right? Like it goes to show you, like, just the
pop-ups. Like,
they've got things in the hopper, right, where they're just waiting for a new announcement to come out. And I think especially in this case, it's interesting because here we've got two CEOs, I guess, that clearly have a real dislike for each other. I was just looking up the photo here. If I could bring it up. Here, I'm going to share my screen just super quick here, because I find this like depicts exactly what we're talking about, like, so well. But yeah, like here we've got two guys that clearly have a bit of disdain for each other, and I think this is coming out in this this exact thing. So here, let me just move yours here. But like, right, like you got no, I'm better. Refusing to even just like lock arms or hands for this one case. So yeah, I'm sure these guys are definitely just got things in the hopper ready to kind of compete with each other.
I know these guys are peers professionally, but what did they both come out of, like, Y Combinator, or go to the same school, or were they both at OpenAI at some point? Like, what, I forgot what the background is, or the history of their relationship is. Do you know offhand?
So from what I understand, Dario was head of like privacy and safety at OpenAI.
Yeah.
And he did not like the direction that the company was taking. Okay. So he left and formed Anthropic. Gotcha. So it really makes me wonder, what the full story is there. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever know the full story.
Okay. Interesting. But yes, this was if you're in the AI space, tech space, you've definitely seen this, that video, and boy, yeah, I mean, look, it is skin crawlingly awkward. that nails it, because it was. And how these guys ended up next to each other, and that's on them. Like, come on, like, read the situation you're about to step into, and maybe switch places with the person you're standing next to before you're in there. But whatever, it's okay. It's but it was, and thankfully they didn't do that, because otherwise we wouldn't have this moment to cringe at. But anyways, well, those are all these stories that we had that we were supposed to cover, according to the bot that creates our newsletter. That's our boss here at Detecting Intelligence.
Yeah,
we do what it says. So yeah, that's it. What else, Frank? I mean, we have a couple of people. It says we have five viewers here on StreamYard. None of them have yet to comment or just chime in to authenticate their humanity. So for the time being, we'll just assume that these are mod bots or something. But yeah, so I don't know, Frank, do we take time back and just go about our lives, or should we share something else, or what do we do here?
No, so I think it's important that we should probably just close out, especially this show, because we've got a 1 week pause coming up here just to talk about what to kind of expect.
Yeah.
So this next week, as mentioned, we're going to be quiet. We're still going to be working in the background, but we're not going to be hosting any live streams. Mainly because I'll be out for the week. But when I return on the 23rd of March, will be our first official launch of Detecting Intelligence. So we should have a beautiful website, a beautiful newsletter for everybody to join, and some
beautiful hosts.
Yeah, and also a couple of fun little pre-show things that we're working on. We got also some big news to kind of announce in regards to continuing, your AI journey. If you're interested in continuing to learn things, we've got a community that's kicking off there that we're quite excited about to announce as well. And yeah, lots of fun things. So March is going to be going out with a bang, and really appreciate, everyone that's been watching so far. Any feedback you have would be fantastic, and appreciate you showing up and supporting us. But we're excited to kind of get this out officially on the 23rd.
Yeah, very excited. I'm very excited about making this fun, exciting, entertaining, informative, all that stuff, because we are asking you for your time, and we want to make it worth it. So
yeah, 100%.
We can only do so much with, with the faces that you're looking at. And so we're going to do our best to add a little bit more value than a couple of good looking fellas here. But anywho, look out for all that stuff, man. Okay, that's it. So we're off for a week. Okay,
1 week.
Well, 1 week, and then we're gonna come back bigger and better than ever. And like Frank said, we got a lot of fun stuff planned with a lot of cool people, and that includes you. So we're definitely looking forward to you guys eventually joining the convo and helping us grow this community. But I guess that's it, right, Frank?
That sounds like a wrap to me.
All right. Oh wait.
There we go.
Now,
all right. Well, thanks everybody. We'll see you in a week. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.
Today's evidence is logged. The timeline has been updated, and the future remains under investigation. If you found this useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next analysis. You can also drop your questions in the comments. We read them, we use them, we investigate them. And for deeper dives, join the newsletter at detectingintelligence.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time, friend.